Some cognitive abilities are easier and more intuitive to understand than others, and productivity is certainly one of those. But productivity is also a foundational ability, and learning techniques for managing productivity can help you to be more successful in developing skills, completing projects, and in professional and leadership roles. Perhaps the oldest and most barbaric way to motivate others is by threat or coercion. This comes straight from the playbook of the animal kingdom, as lions and bears rely on threats and intimidation to protect themselves in the wild. Sometimes these tactics are necessary when the police are trying to apprehend a violent individual, or government officials may have reason to use threats or intimidation to bring control to a difficult or chaotic situation. These tactics work because citizens value their safety and security, even if it means complying with unreasonable demands. However, the use of threats and intimidation is usually not the most desirable long-term tactic. When people feel too threatened, the natural tendency is to escape or combat the threat, and over time that erodes trust in leadership. But there are also many other constructive techniques for increasing productivity. The first is goal setting. The video on motivation looked at how people are motivated to pursue their interests and goals. And much of human behavior is goal-oriented, whether that is scratching an itch, eating lunch, or developing a skill. So getting into the habit of setting daily goals and longer-term goals will significantly increase your productivity. According to psychologist Edwin Locke, goals are most effective when they define a clear course of action and a well-defined outcome to work toward. That provides workers with the needed direction on where to focus energy. Without clear and attainable goals, it's difficult for workers to know how to proceed or what activities to pursue, and they're more likely to be idle and unproductive. Improving cognitive focus also helps to improve productivity. Being distracted half the time doubles the amount of time required to finish a task, and without any cognitive focus, it's nearly impossible to complete even the simplest task. You can improve your cognitive focus by engaging in activities that require cognitive focus and by reducing physical distractions where possible. Managing time more effectively is another way to increase productivity. To do that, try to prioritize and focus on goals that are of greatest importance, and set aside goals that can wait until later. Getting into the habit of completing small tasks right away, especially those that can be completed now, can significantly increase your productivity and prevent high-priority tasks from being forgotten. Provide yourself with plenty of time to complete projects, and add some extra time to account for unforeseen events and challenges. Doing that will significantly reduce unnecessary distress and anxiety, and will enable you to follow through on promises on a more consistent basis. Patience is also required to be successful at anything. Being too impatient to see an effort pay off will inevitably lead to failure. That's true when learning a new subject, solving a complex problem, or performing a simple daily task. Sometimes, creativity is necessary to be more productive. That's certainly true for visual artists and musical artists who use their medium to evoke emotions in their audience. And the rest of us are usually creative in our personal and professional lives in ways that impress upon others. A common technique for being creative, borrowed from Gestalt psychology, is to envision what is missing and fill in the void. Try to answer the question, what is missing from this picture? The first idea may not always be the best idea, so it may be necessary to try many ideas until you find the best one. Discovery is another important part of the creative process, and many of the best ideas come from existing examples. Whether you want to remodel your living room, create a new business, or be a better professional, it helps to draw from successful examples. Discoveries may also be made by experimenting, playing with materials, adding to them, subtracting from them, recombining them, and fusing them into new patterns. But trial and error experimentation by itself will never guarantee that anyone will like the final product. Motivating other people is not always easy. However, providing encouragement can sometimes increase a person's courage and self-confidence, which can translate into a higher level of productivity. When parents encourage their children to be assertive, to solve problems, and to have healthy and respectful relationships, it helps the child to build self-confidence. Simply encouraging a child to enjoy challenges may be one of the most beneficial influences on that child's future. Life is challenging, and when children learn to enjoy challenges with games, learning, or physical activities, it enhances memory, problem-solving, and healthy life skills. And it plants a seed of self-confidence that produces the grit and tenacity to continue trying until the desired result is achieved. Teenagers who enjoy challenges make better grades in school, become better problem solvers, and have more confidence in their success. Adults who enjoy challenges are more likely to try new things and have the emotional resilience to endure difficult times. And arguably, if more people enjoyed challenges, human societies would be more educated, civilized, well-engineered, and more capable of tackling future problems. Some studies have shown how expectations about a person's capabilities may influence that person's performance. For instance, if a worker has a low expectation of success in completing a project, that expectation may discourage strong performance and decrease motivation and productivity. But if a worker has a high expectation of success, that encouragement seems to increase motivation and productivity. In psychology, this is known as the Galati effect, or the self-fulfilling prophecy. During the 1960s, psychologist Robert Rosenthal described the Pygmalion effect, in which spoken expectations for how a person will perform actually influences that person's performance. For example, if Anastasia's manager tells her that she will do well because she is a strong and capable person, it provides added validation. And since Anastasia values the opinions of her manager, his feedback is encouraging and motivates her to be more productive. In 1969, Dr. J. Sterling Livingston further explored this effect in management. According to Livingston's research, when management expressed high confidence in workers, they were more confident in their ability to be successful. And when management lacked confidence in workers or predicted they would fail, it discouraged them from trying at all. Having a system of accountability in place can also improve worker productivity and retention. By recognizing strong performance, management acknowledges outstanding work, which encourages similar behavior. And disciplining policy violations prevents harm to the business, its employees, or customers, and discourages similar behavior. Creating a merit system can also improve worker performance. In merit systems, individuals with more credentials, job experience, expertise, or project portfolio are given more senior-level positions within the organization. When workers are allowed to earn credit and seniority, it creates a greater sense of fairness and builds trust between management and workers, and that can motivate workers to be more committed to the business. Thank you for watching this video. These topics and many more can be found in my recent book entitled Decision-Making Skills, a guide to handling uncertainty, driving results, and cultivating well-being.